penalized. So, good afternoon, Son, and
Afternoon, ma'am.
drama lang. In continuation sa ating introduction to extension is the extension as a science. So last time, we discussed on different concepts of extension no, sa 1 point, sa ano. So actually, this case study is in the US yung kasi mga akwa nila example, pero sa Philippines daghan po tag ano different types og mga kanang project no extension services no, and including atong college in the previous years we have done actually a lot of na po extension services no, like kanang maganda kag training sa mga farmers, no? Food processing, mag-distribute og mga seeds and so on. So this is about land grant universities sa US. So sila man good nasa sila mga extension, bawat university na ay mga extension program, and one of this is yung land grant no na 1914 pa nag-start, and then ginatabangan nila ang farmers para magkaroon ng agricultural job, no? Gina-assist nila that and then through the years they have helped over mga 137,000 farmers no since 1985. So ganun katagal ang project nila, kasi kaya sa atong college pod ang latest na MOA na to be signed pa na is parang barangay sa Agdao. So dapat kato na lang taang i-continue natin. But then I was thinking kasi of long run na extension program. So but we cannot adapt Agdao kasi knowing Agdao, it's really, 'di ba? Central siya sa Davao City. Asa man ka makita niya? May man tagkuan ta kanang College of Criminology ta, dili man ta criminology, or in other colleges agriculture ta. So ang target nato dapat is towards farmers. So asa man ta makakitag farmers sa Agdao, Dobe? Jason?
Wala, ma'am. Wala, ma'am.
Gani, no, although naa siguro yung mga backyard garden dito, o kaya kanang na may ginatawag na kanang urban gardening, but then dili po siya enough. Saka taas magud akong pananaw sa college, no, since this is pioneering na agriculture in the city. So far wala pay other colleges na nag-offer ng agriculture so far, but in the future dadami na yan. But knowing RMC na since 1977 pa jud nabuo ang college, so sayang pod, no. So in anak pod kadugayon ako ang aim, and with your help no na ma-establish ni before mag-end ang ato ang subject. So like for example in this case no, this is a 26 years, imagine, sample ng extension program showing that farmers have invested ng $265 average kumpara sa $100 per year para magkaroon lang ng isang agricultural job, no, which is very traditional. But then what is good about in their case kasi sa US, commercially grown ang farming dito, no. Dili pareha sa ato ang subsistence, no. One factor is that ang government sa of course US is a rich country compared to Philippines naman. But then we still have the potential to get the same target in our country. And hopefully kung ikaw, Jason, maging part ka sa Department of Agriculture technician someday, or maging maging director ba, or who knows, 'di ba? Who knows? So dapat karon palandaan sa before ka mo graduate, ma-realize na nimo ng mga inana nga bagay, kasi extension, as we have known, is really part na sa out of school na education system, no? And it has been actually mas importante gani siya, no, kaysa kung baga itimbang nimo sa educational system and extension, magkasing bigat lang sila, no? Sa importance. So, una-una is a science, diba? And when we say science, of course, systematic na siya, diba? So, or, sige daw, ikaw daw, Jason, mabasa ni mo? Nagkunot man
Yes,
na
ma'am.
nagkunot man lagi na mo agtang.
Ma'am, nakuan lang, ma'am. Mabasa man, ma'am.
Nabasa ni mo? So,
Yes, ma'am.
a science is what?
A science is a systematic collection of knowledge on a topic that both explains it and makes prediction about it. The scientific method is the approach used to gather information, test hypotheses, observe, and contribute new knowledge. Different branches of knowledge can be called disciplines. For instance, physics, chemistry, and extension can all be called disciplines.
Yes. So that's why extension is also a science kasi it is very systematic. So pag sinabing systematic, of course, planned and careful manner. Pag hypothesis, naa kay murag unsa kay may tabo, no? When you aim that, for example, ang gina-aim nato is long-term extension program at Kalinan farmers, no? So, unsa kaya hypothesis nato? Makatabang kaya ta sa farmers as a college, sa academe or not? So, ang tumong nato is to really help. So, in one way or another, we can really help, no? But then the impact, kasi ayun yung importante na dapat natin tingnan. Anong impact nito? No? So, why do we have to do this? Kasi it is part of our advocacy, no? To extend our knowledge or generation of knowledge. Kasi kung halimbawa, like for you, you have paid your diploma, and you are a successful technician someday, or kung baga, siguro kung if you are going to private or your own company, so you can be successful in your own terms, no? But how about na pinanganak na yun sila and buong buhay nila nag-farm na sila? Diba? And they don't have the opportunity like yours na mo eskwela pa, no, mag-master's degree pa or further education. Kasi it's really a privilege, no? And maybe choice pod, no? So, but then they have now po sila good choice, no, to stay in the farming industry. But then another point is contributions ng science of extension, which is called social science. So when we say social science, our social aspect, no, as a person. And there are also other natural na mga disciplines like biology, geology, physics, no, na involved din in agricultural extension. Since this involves mo tong anak Jason?
Dili, ma'am, ako ito'y gagaw, ma'am.
Teka Since this involved also knowledge of yung agronomy, cultivation ng crops, animals, and all the natural resources. Kaya magkasing lang natin yung environmental science or kaya forestry, no? And how human nature and people, no, are related. So, elements ng extension talaga is sociology, natural science, even anthropology, no, like communication studies. So therefore, extension is everywhere. It's a rich discipline. So of course, when we say agronomy, science of crop production, and sociology, yung behavioral science on behavior ng tao, and when we say anthropology, the human culture, development, and history. So another, it's not only a science, but also as it's part of scientific journals natin, di ba? if you have read or sa mga conferences or journals, daghan kay mga publication which is about extension. One time, my first international in China, so I was kanang, ako kay siyang impact sa kuha when I've heard their presentation. Kasi instead of doing classes daw in the four corners of the classroom, they're doing it in the farmer's field. No? Dili sila magklase sa sulod sa classroom. Muna ilang project. Magklase sila sa gikuan nila, gigather nila tanang farmers sa ilahang area, sa ilang town. And then dito sila mag-lecture. Kauban ang mga farmers. And ang activity sa ilahang estudyante, instead na limited doon sa garden or sa field experimental demo nila sa university, dito mismo sa field sa mga farmers, no? And the effect was actually phenomenal kasi mas naka-learn ang mga estudyante, mas naka-learn po both students and farmers, no, og mga new technologies. So wala man tayo na like that, no, here in, but I have done, because of that, I have done a trial. Kaso ako mga estudyante before is mga PhD to, mga master's degree. And we did the same thing sa namin, no? And we have different experiences, no? Na isa nga nag-away ang mga mga housewife, no? Kasi naman gud mi pa hatag ng mga like mga prices para sa katong the best na garden na ilang nabuhat. So depende po, lahi-lahi po ang effect ang result. But then wala lang siya nag-sustain in the long run kay wala po siya na-adapt by among peers. And maybe from in my end, sa mga estudyante siguro na to nila, ma-acquire to nila, pero sa university level, wala po, no? But then hopefully, example lang na siya. So in the journals, makita na to a lot of kanang mga publication regarding extension programs which are success stories already. So another case study, this is about in South Africa, no, nag-work sila sa small scale farmers about nutrition practices and so on. And then after that, nag-collect sila information including demographics like unsa ilang age, gender, school, whatever. And then they try to do educate and discussion lang. And then what happened is they have able to spend time in discussion leading to the adoption of the nutrition program. So that is just to help them na magkaroon ng ma-improve ilang health situation. So muna yung mga example. So as a profession naman, so natay mga BS in agriculture major and extension na mga inana, no? And example na ni kaning the African Society for Agricultural Extension, SASE, na mga associations of agriculture extension, no? Like the Engineering Council of South Africa, no? Na naa sila engineering programs and so on, registration process. So this is a continuous professional development cycle. Example ng extension, no? So for example, whatever like unsa imong expertise or area, and then pwede ka maging extension in that level. Like kung sa agriculture ka, Department of Agriculture, ang trabaho gyud nimo extension eh. Dili man estudyante, imuhang atuan, mga farmers man. So ang trabaho gyud nimo extension. So that's how important it is. So training and experience, and then competencies, practice, so and then development. That's why it's a cycle. And then the code of conduct or how to standardize yung professional training development of extensionists. So it's also a social science or ethical behavior among mga association members, no? So ang code of conduct of extensionists is also very related sa public profession o kaya as a teacher. So this will guide the professionals. So like for example, na ay case study diri sa South Africa again, na kailangan ay honesty and integrity, high professional scientific standards, and treats patients with the best of knowledge and so on, etc. No, daghan. Depende po na, kasi kani murag sa health man eh. So sa agriculture, napoy code of conduct, no? So making it as a profession, as through ano na siya, mga scientific na organizations or affiliation. So that in that way, it's actually a profession na, no? So I guess yun lang, yeah, to conclude in this module. So agriculture and extension is very critical. It's another way to help support livelihoods ng ating mga farmers, especially sa rural areas, and also help mga challenges sa farming natin, and ang impact, since makita lang na siya after how many years, no? But then therefore the government has to invest, has to give a lot of has to employ a lot of agricultural extensionists or technician. So as a science naman, it's we also need to publish in various journal about extension, kasi wala man koy gamit ang science kung di nimo makita ang impact, ang results sa study ng imuhang research kung dili siya maabot sa farmer. 'Di ba? And discipline of must contribute sa mga natural social science. So although it's a new body of knowledge, but then kung dili na maabot sa farmer, 'di ba, wala gihapon. Maski pag mahurot pag graduate direct agriculture or maging professional agriculturista, pero dili ba yata nang nag-engage sa farming is mga agriculture graduate, 'di ba? Kasi ang iba, ang iba nga is mga tag-iyawg mga dagkong kayutaan, mga lawyers, mga doctors, mga medical doctors, 'di ba? So, while ang mga na-train jud as an agriculturist is maski asa ra pud maadto, no, sa call center.
Yes, ma'am. Tinuod yun na, ma'am.
Mga abroad. Labi ansay mo abroad, maadtog koan, mag-butcher, no? And so on. So, there are associations for further development. And lastly, yung code of conduct is to ensure public confidence and respect for extensionists. So, whatever field man yan. So, I guess yun lang, kasi ito yung previous lesson natin, no? So you just have to answer the different quizzes. So I guess naka-answer naman siguro kani. Submissions lang. Wala pa lagi naman na human.
Wala ko na magbasa, ma'am. Gibasa rin ako.
Pwede na mo answeran diretsyo.
Sige, ma'am. Sira na ko na ron, ma'am.
And so that's about introduction to extension. Ang next naman natin is extension tools, pero limit, gamay na lamang gud ang ay more than 40 minutes na tano. Tama ba ko? So although or 30 minutes. So for our next lesson, we're just going to discuss this next meeting on extension tools. Tas this time pod na po ko send na naman another topic on agricultural extension. So Do you have any questions or clarification regarding introduction topics natin on agriculture as a profession, as a science, and also code of conduct?
Wala ma'am, clear kayo.
Char.
Sabot kayo.
So ikaw na, studyhin yan ni daaning kuan ha.
Yes ma'am.
Ikaw na ma-explain na po dani ha. Ako na pa medyo maganda pa explain. Extension tools.
Yes ma'am.
So so see you na lang po next next meeting nato is next kuan pod no. Next Thursday. Every Thursday ra ba ta? Wala tay Sabado. Oo, research
Wala ma'am,
methods.
kuan man Sabado ma'am.
Research
RM man na kuan.
methods. Okay. So thank you again Jason kay kanang best in attendance kay ikaw ra man pud isa.
Yes ma'am, thank you ma'am.
Thank you and see you next week.
Yes ma'am.
Sige,
Thank you.
update lang ko. Bye-bye.
Bye ma'am.